Right, Shalom. So once again, we're going to give all praises and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rokakadash.
God and to the apostles of great ministry who ruled well. And peace and blessing to the brothers that approach this world sincere again in truth. For the four corners of the globe. And it's a few brothers from GMS Trinidad. He has to break the bread. The spread and pound the Abashim and Shai. Right, and we just into that quick video. Basically on the kingdom to come, new heaven and new earth. Right? What further ado, let's go and take the first precept here. Giving in fact, bring Revelation 11. Bring Revelation 11.
In the book of Revelation chapter 20 verse 11 it says, and I saw a great Revelation chapter 20 verse 11 it says, and I saw a great white throne and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before Yahweh, and the books were opened, and another book was opened, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. And they were judged every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire.
Right, ICBM. Going towards that lake of fire.
Revelation 21 verse 1 it says, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth.
After all this thing happening here, the World War III, right? Because as I said before, the ICBM, thermonuclear intercontinental missile, so that intercontinental ballistic missiles, the ICBMs, and that hit and destroy America and certain parts of the world. We have to shine this. Right.
It says,
and this is what the elect men are the Lord looking forward to right now. Right? Hopes for the elect.
It says, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, right? And there was no more sea. The book of Jeremiah chapter 4 verse 23 it says, I beheld the earth, and lo, it was without form and void. What this would represent is tracking back to Genesis. Scripture talks about the earth being without form and void. And the spirit of the Most High, the spirit of the powers, went upon the face of the deep, or moved upon the face of the deep. So that represents what? A new beginning. A beginning. Alright? So prior to the or during the destruction, or due to the destruction, there's going to be a new beginning. You understand? After the destruction is past, there's going to be a new beginning. Earth can.
Fire that purifier, right? And like they say like a bushfire. That soil become something real pure, cleanse, yeah, clean all the land from any impurities, yeah. And then fire purify things, purifying agent, purifying as well as water.
Which the Most High used in previous stuff. But he put the rainbow in the sky. The rainbow is not to be used as a symbol for homage. Alright, the rainbow is a sign that the Most High is not going to use water as the purifying agent anymore. He's going to use fire this time. Alright, but continue, it says, I beheld the earth, and lo, it was without form and void, representing a new beginning, and the heavens and and the heavens, and they had no light. I beheld the mountains, and lo, they were trembled, and all the hills moved lightly. Why they moved? Because it's shaking. Should I talk about the 10 parts of the city they fell? You know, that great shaking when them nukes hit. And why the mountains going to move? The scripture said about the earth. They're going to read to and fro like a drunkard. Continue, says verse 25, I beheld, and lo, there was no man, and all the birds of the heavens were fled. Why is no man? Because guess what? Those that remain on the earth during the destruction going to be consumed. Scripture Zechariah 14:12. The eye shall consume away, the mouth, the tongue shall consume away. Everything going to be consumed. Elements. Scripture says elements shall melt the food beneath. So you going to have no man dwelling on earth. And guess what? Elect. They're going to be up in them chariots and into the chambers until the indignation be overpassed. Right? Continue, it says, I beheld, and lo, there was no man, and all the birds of heaven were fled. And I beheld, and lo, the fruitful place was a wilderness. That fruitful place is where? America. America right now, the fruitful things going, you know, as the scripture says, what it was as the garden of Eden before them. And after them, a great wilderness. You know, everything was flourishing, everything was nice. They call America what? The land of opportunity, the land of the brave and the free. But when them nukes hit, it ain't gonna be so. America gonna be a desert. America gonna be a wilderness, dry. Alright? Continue, it says, and all the cities thereof were broken down at the presence of the Lord and by his fierce anger. And his fierce anger is going to be shown through them nukes, because those are the weapons of his indignation. Continue, it says, verse 27, for thus hath the Lord said, the whole land shall be desolate, the land of America. Yet will I not make a full end. Yet he will not make a full end of what? He will make a full end of all humanity. He will make a full end of the whole earth. When we say this is the time at the end, we mean that the whole planet Earth will not explode. As the scripture rightfully says, there is no end of all people. Alright? What I'm talking about is that, hey, America gonna be destroyed, totally desolate, different parts of Europe. Alright, Lord willing, and you can share that. The whole earth itself is not gonna be consumed. Alright? Continue, it says in verse 28. For this shall the earth mourn, and the heavens above be black. Why gonna be black? And the mushroom clouds go up when the nukes hit. The mushroom clouds go up, all you can see is darkness. Alright, gonna block out.
I just have something to interject here.
Come.
It's Joel 2, I will turn verse 2. It says, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of thick clouds, a day of clouds and of thick darkness.
A day of clouds and of thick darkness, and that clouds, back as I said, to the mushroom clouds, and also what metaphorically representing the chariots. Because the chariots, in the scriptures, when you read about clouds, it actually represents what you would call UFOs or spaceships. You know, which is the means of our salvation in the time to come. Well,
We go on, it says, as the morning spread upon the mountain, a great people and a strong.
A great people and a strong personification describing what the nuclear missiles. Well,
There had not been ever the like, neither shall there be any more after
it
it.
had never been. That's why the scripture say what? Have this been in your days? Ask the old men, have these been in your days? It had no nuclear missiles back there, 100 years ago. Alright, these is things for the end time. It had not been. Because this is the time at the end, the time where the Most are going to bring down his wrath. So he created the smith to create these instruments to bring this destruction. And then guess what? After that destruction, it ain't gonna be so no more. That scripture says what? They ain't gonna learn more no more. After that destruction, after the third war, as the scripture says, after the third war, Revelation 11 and verse 15, kingdom of this earth is going to be the kingdom of our Lord and his anointed. And no war after that. Like Solomon going back in rulership. And when Solomon reigned for that 40 years, guess what? He was peace. So Solomon reigning for that 40 years was actually a prelude. A prelude to what is to come in the kingdom. No war. There's peace. Go ahead.
Reading on. Even to the years of many generations. A fire devoured before them.
Fire devoured before them. How? The warheads. Through the warheads, when the warheads hit, that is where the great explosion is coming from. The warheads. Alright? And where the fire, the flame, the terribleness is coming from. The warheads. Go ahead.
Reading on. And behind them a flame burning.
Behind them a flame burning. What's that? The propeller. Alright? The flame that burning behind them is what propels the instrument or the missiles to reach from one location to the next. Hence the reason they are called intercontinental ballistic missiles. Flame is an energy. So they use that flame to travel from one place to the next. Alright, and they also, that flame, they have a flame within it, which is to destroy, which is in the warhead. Go ahead.
The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness.
Yeah, when they hit, everything will be desolate, destroyed. And then when that desolation comes, everything can be without void, without form and void. So guess what? There's no room for a new beginning. Because guess what? To build up something new, you have to break down the old. You can't build a new building on an old one. You have to break down the old to build up the new. So guess what? When these nuclear missiles hit, they're going to make everything desolate so that the new, as the title of the lesson is, new heaven and new earth. So to bring in that new heaven and new earth has to be a breaking down of the old, which these nukes going to bring.
Yeah. It says, behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them.
Nothing shall escape them. Scripture said that what they ain't gonna break their ranks. Alright, and they ain't gonna miss. It's like a arrow that shot of a mighty archer. You know? All those that are destined to be a part of the nuclear destruction gonna be a part of it. You ain't gonna miss. You can't get away from them. Right? So I just want to continue, guys, in the Jeremiah 4 and verse 28. It says, for this shall the earth mourn and the heavens above be black, because I have spoken it, the Most High spoke it, I have purposed it, and will not repent, neither will I turn back from it. The whole city shall flee for the noise of the horsemen and bowmen. They shall go into thickets and climb upon the rocks. Every city shall be forsaken, and not a man dwell therein. Because in that time, everything can be helter-skelter, as you see now. It's Independence Day. When they saw the chariots coming, everybody started getting helter-skelter. Who running, who hiding, whatnot. The elites had a plan to go into the bunkers and also go up in the space shuttles, go in the submarines, you know.
More like a package. No.
So they all have their plan. They even have their doomsday clock. So that is to show you the planning. They have a doomsday clock. Then you know that doom is coming. King's one. You know? So knowing that doom is coming, guess what? They're gonna have certain systems prepared or certain things put in place for that they are doing. But they think they're gonna escape them. Yes, they're gonna be reserved, meaning the elites. Alright, the scripture says after you're gonna dig them up. Who will get destroyed by the sword? You're gonna send his mighty ones, you're gonna send his sanctified ones to dig them up. You know, and they're gonna be first hand in the state.
If I may say, if anybody is familiar with the 100, you see that in it. Basically, it was destroyed by fire and it went under in underground bunkers. Showing you that these white people, some went up and some went down under the earth. And showing you that these white people know it is coming because they're making it in the movies.
It's not by chance that Donald Trump created a space force, addition to the military, the Navy. It's not by chance. They know what is about to take place. And they're also trying to intercept what is about to take place. They're trying to intercept the Lord's coming. But they ain't going to be able to succeed.
In Isaiah 24 verse 21 it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit.
See that? They're going to be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit. Because guess what? They had underground bunkers, which is like a pit. And the underground pit is someplace low. Alright? But they're going to be gathered from them things. And they're going to be brought into slavery. They're going to come to pass. There's prophecy. And there's the year 2020, the year of prophecy. So guess what? These things are nigh at hand. Well,
And shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited.
and after many days shall they be visited.
After the destruction take place, after the destruction take place, then we can gather you up like falling after my hand, and let's go and take you and divide you and separate you through the number, through the government, through the number of men that we made of Israel. Okay, there had to be servants for each brother had to have servants. That's a promise that the Lord made to us. Understand? You're gonna make our, yeah, you're gonna give Eden for act, and I shall give Eden for our inheritance. So the Lord gonna give us those Edomites, not only Edomites, but those other Moabites and Elamites and Ishmaelites, all these other nations by inheritance. And the scripture saying in Ecclesiastes 1 verse 4 or 1 verse 5, it says, 1 verse 4, it says, one generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. And that just goes to show that when the scriptures speak about a new heaven and a new earth, it's in literally speaking about the Lord making a new heaven, and the Lord making a new earth. It's speaking about a fresh and a time of resetting, the Lord resetting the way or the life on this earth. He making a new way of life, or setting things how it was at the beginning. That is scripture mean about a new. When it say when it speak about a new heaven, talking about who people are at that are in rulership. You understand? And the scripture say, you shall have a new heaven and a new earth. It didn't mean that the Lord going to totally destroy this earth. So does the earth abide forever? So this earth going to remain intact, although it's going to have nukes hitting several different various parts of the earth. It didn't mean that the earth just going to consume and just totally dissolve. No. It means a new beginning, a new rulership, a new people in charge. You understand? Just like any time on Noah, when he refreshed the earth. You understand? He destroyed all the people and he gave them a new heaven and new earth to dwell on. An earth without wickedness. And then wickedness began to multiply and earth again, because the Lord didn't set laws in the heart as going to give us in the kingdom. But guess what? In the kingdom, He's going to give us laws in our heart. You understand? The scripture says He's going to give us a fleshy heart. That He's going to write the laws upon us. He's going to give us a fleshy heart, and our heart shall be no more stone. Meaning we ain't going to be no more stiff neck, we ain't going to be no more hard-hearted, meaning rebellious. Understand? You are the next precept for the second chapter. You finished with that?
Because just to interject with the brother I was saying too, right? If the earth going to be totally destroyed, then why in Isaiah 60 and 10 it says, and the son of strangers shall build up thy walls. You understand? So that's showing you that certain parts of the world nukes going to hit, but these slaves going to build back up the kingdom of Jerusalem.
And the only place that's not going to be built back up according to the scripture, according to Isaiah 13, it's going to be America, Babylon Great.
Yeah.
Scripture say going to be the habitation of devils and wild beasts, and false scavengers. Understand? That place was not going to be inhabited anymore because it's supposed to represent a land of sheep. You understand? The place where the wicked was ruling and rich. But the scripture says sins have reached unto heaven. That is the place that the Christian have really reached unto heaven, America. You understand? Bonjour.
Alright, this is 2 Peter 3 and verse 13. It says, nevertheless, we according to his promise. Verse 10, it says, but in the day of the Lord will come as a thief, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which...
Our thief in the night is coming. While they're sleeping, while they're unawares. Like many of you people out there, you're sleeping, you're unawares. Because why? You're caught up in the smoke and mirrors that the devil presents before you. Yes, the so-called white man is the devil. He presents a smoke and mirror life before you, telling you that seek a career, seek after that job promotion, seek a degree, seek after these temporal things and go seek after your salvation. So guess what? When the Lord returns, it's gonna be like unawares to you because you didn't look for those things. Alright, you wasn't looking out for the Lord return. You thought the Lord return was a favor. As the scripture says in 2 Peter 3, verse 3. It says, for it shall come in these last days, scoffers walking after their own lust, saying, where is the promise that is coming?
Let's bring the scripture of this. Romans 8 verse 6, it says, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Our Esau present to Israel and to the whole world is to be carnally minded, to live after the lust of your flesh. Meaning, what is it against that crowd? Satan said, what he said, do as thou wilt. You know, I said, do as you most like please. He said, do as thou wilt. Meaning, whoever please you, however seem appeasing to your eyes, seek after. Go behind that. If to be a homosexual is pleasing you, hey, do as you wilt. And hey, nobody not going to pay to that. But the scripture says, Lord, yes, the scripture says the Lord is understand?
Chapter 1 verse 4. It says, therefore the law is slack, and judgment will never go forth.
Judgment will never go forth because we live in a kingdom where the wicked is done. And the wicked know that only way how they could keep us down is by letting us sin against the Most High every day. So they say, do as thou wilt. And they know that we're not supposed to do as we will. What the scripture say? The scripture say there's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but end there is death. You understand? So we know in our own eyesight how our lives are not seeming good. But in the end is death, and they know that. They know that. And they give us what? The lust of the flesh. They always tell us to go after house, cars, girls, all kind of things, money, gold, wherever might seem appealing to us, or tempting to us to go after, or might be satisfying to us. Tell us to seek after these things, but not seek after the Most High. But the scripture is to be spiritually minded is life and peace, and that's how we are. Spiritually minded. That's why during the time of the coronavirus, while everyone is panicking, we're not panicking. We at ease. We laughing at these scoffers, how they escape for life. As the scripture says, fearfulness had surprised the hypocrites. Look, all the time they thinking that they and God, only God could judge. When the Lord judgment coming down, they're begging the Lord for mercy. Guess what? They don't deserve mercy because it wasn't repentant. The Lord gave mercy unto a man that repents. He don't give mercy unto a man that think he's good enough. The Lord will show us mercy because we think that we're good enough. And we trying to be hypocrite people. We're trying to keep the laws in a deceitful way. The laws give us mercy because we repented, as the scripture says. Exactly. But only confess thy transgression, acknowledge thy transgression. So that will be good. We don't acknowledge our transgression. We don't go around the bad road and say, fuck that. Only the Most High to judge me. We don't want the Most High to judge me. We don't want the Most High to judge me. Anytime the Most High judge me, we can be in our body bag, or we can be in our wheelchair. or the hospital. We gonna be the spiritual realm. Brother.
Alright, reading on in 2 Peter 2 and verse 10. For the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise.
A great noise. Now that great noise coming from the nuclear missiles. You understand that great noise going to come from those nuclear missiles? Hey, people never see anything like that. Just like any time I know, as the scripture says, as in the days of Noah, so shall the end of days be. People never saw rain before that great rain fell. So people never saw fireworks with nuclear missiles as it going to be in this time. You understand the story of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But guess what? You never see in this great to this great extent as it's going to be displayed on America and Europe and Asia. That great noise, those missiles. Continue on.
Reading on, it says, and the elements shall melt with fervor and heat.
And element is all these things that you see, all these buildings, all these cars, all the infrastructure, so all the things that is so created, made up of elements. The scripture said the element shall melt with fervent heat. But they said the sun is 13 trillion Fahrenheit. I can't remember exactly. I think somebody had a quote. They said the sun is 13 trillion Fahrenheit. And they said those missiles are 10 times or 100 times hotter than the sun. So you can imagine that heat. But the scripture say, the eye shall be what? Consumed away the coals.
And if you think about that, that is a very dread death to die. You understand? Your spirit is still in your body and feeling your sockets peeling out, your eyes peeling out, your thoughts peeling out.
Combustion. Spontaneous combustion. Where your body just ignites into flames. Unknowingly or unprecedented. You're not expecting it to just burst into flames. And nothing causing the flame when you that is most I remove that cap from the spirit to not overheat. Because your spirit is afire. Understand?
Reading on, it says, the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner?
You say seeing them. As the Lord used to say, those are the eyes to see, let them see. I mean, seeing or understanding that, these things have been seen. It will not be dissolved, meaning that things that you're seeing now, the fame, the glamour, the vanity, money, the riches, all them things you see now, seeing that they're going to be dissolved. What manner of man ought you to be?
What manner
Let's read the scripture here. It's Matthew 13, verse 17. It says, for verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. Understand? So the things that we could foresee, men desire to see these things. But we could foresee, as the scripture says, without a vision, people perish. But we could foresee these things. That people that will see these things and still not admit that it happened. We foresee it before it even happened. See, exactly that would be most. Till what? Till the land become desolate. That would be the most like cursed Israel. Say put our blindness on them upon it until the land become desolate without an inhabitant. Meaning how nobody living, meaning it destroy everybody. So we could foresee the things that come. That we thank the Most High because we never asked for that. We never even think when we was in the world, we never even think that these things existed. But the Most High just put out in our spirit to believe, to understand, to see these things coming to pass. Because when you actually think about it, when you watch how these people react to the world, they just say we blessed. Why we blessed? Because to be in that fucking mindset, that is, you're seeing things happening and you still can't understand it, that really fucked up. And we know that we could have been in that same mindset, we had to be the most like praise and thanks.
Right.
But we never didn't deserve that. We never asked for that. The most high as the most high tell Jeremiah, before I was formed in the womb, I have chosen you. The most high tell Jeremiah. That is how the most high did us likewise. For we was formed, hey, he made us to accept this way, he made us to understand this way.
I'm gonna take this lightly. I'm not going to take this lightly because the Most High did not give you this. And that scripture said, "To much is given, much is required, much is not also required." Then you give it this. You cannot give somebody else it. So now I give you this. So you have this. That way scripture talk about walking worthy and the vocation wherein you were called. You understand that privilege? The book of Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 4. It is according as he had chosen us in him before the foundation of the world.
Before the foundation of the world, before the Lord even, come up with the plans of the earth, the Lord say, these is the men that I choose to be saved. These is the men that I choose to be kings. These are the men that I choose to be ruler. No matter what they do, these men are the ones to be saved. That is just how the Lord is. Hey, in every single thing in our favoritism. If you make 10 channels, or you could never say, you could say, guess what, I don't like favoritism at all, but guess what? You could say that with your mouth, but with your deeds, you would actually see favoritism. And that is how the most are it. So that all the plans of this, the anyway, chose what one vine, and that is Israel. You see, but let's get this real quick. In Romans 9 verse 10, it says, and not only this, but when we also have conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the trend being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High according to election might stand.
So there's a cut. Because some people will say, it's due to what Esau do, or it's due to what Cain do, because Cain offered this sacrifice that way. No. The Most High, before everything was created, he had a choice line. When you check through all the history, the Most High always have a choice line. As you go back to Abraham's first son was Ishmael, it wasn't Isaac. When it comes to Isaac, the Most High say, take that only son Isaac, because Ishmael wasn't ready. Israel wasn't ready, but Ishmael was not his choice.
The seed of the promise.
Not the seed of the promise, it was a seed of the flesh. And the Most High to deal with that. The Most High to deal with the seed of his spirit.
You see, we deal with the Most High prepare for us. The Most High is omnipotent. The Most High is all powerful. Understand already said Almighty God. But what the Most High does do, the Most High don't move like us. We just say, well, I will do this, however, happen from this, I will make my next move. No, the Most High don't do it like that. The Most High plan his whole move from way before it even starts. Because he in all control, he have everything on strings. But we don't have everything on strings. We just move according to the situation. It's not we might plan one thing, but then our next thing happen.
That is scripture say, a man may know his way, but the Most High directs his steps.
Understand? Exactly.
So you might be thinking to yourself that this is what I want to do, but that is not what you're going to end up doing. Because as what happened to Jonah, Jonah wanted to go to Tarshish, but he ended up in Nineveh. And that is where he had to go, that where the Most High purpose for him to go. And that's why you know the seven Lord. Satan could have never fight against God. Satan could never fight against a man who already planned out everything.
The scripture says, shall acts boast himself against him that he will it. Satan is not created. Most High, Satan never coexisted with the Most High. The Most High makes Satan exist. So if I make you exist, I will never give you as much power myself to fight against me. That is foolishness. The Most High who have all wisdom and all knowledge will create something as powerful as himself. No. That doesn't make any sense. You understand? You people think that Satan can fight. No, Satan can't fight against the Most High. And let's not finish this piece of thing. It says, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High has come to election might stand, not of